tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now Herbert to start the drive.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Play action. It's Fields. Getting this ball out wide for Davis.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition is so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. They only lost the Packers out in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the first down marker. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
On the return is Williams.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Lions will take over. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
Well, here's Davis to run again on second. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again here with Davis. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. And here's Trenton Gill on to punt. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of a first down. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says that the slot receivers with all the guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch? Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And Shark calls it in. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
They'll roll him out right.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver.
And it'll bring up third down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let him go late and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Third and long, it's Wilson.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Now Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
To the air again, Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first down, it's Fields.
And this is what here? Incomplete.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Inside give to Davis. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw. Fields.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been. He's got a man complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On first down, Wilson. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown. The final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous run. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Wilson. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10.
To throw is Wilson. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Lions have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Just what they need, electric from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Fields. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And, oh, that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know, do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Fields now to throw. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the whip.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit. A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Wide open receiver complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On play action, Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Locates Claypool on the crossing route. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert, and the Lions will take over. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play action. It's Wilson.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
The tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one.
And this one is incomplete. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're on the bench right now feeling great.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark. 27 yards. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle to Davis. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 4.
He dumps this off underneath. Here's Davis.
And he will have the Bears first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Handoff, running left is Davis. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 26. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Davis, he'll try to run for it.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that. But let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed.
The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week.
It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for the Lions, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like the loose.